Actually going outside right now. I'm gonna go walking for a couple of miles because it's not too hot. It's my day off, so why not? I don't know how long I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna shoot for around 4 miles today, just because I just kind of want to walk, want some cardio. Been doing a lot of strength training lately, and I really enjoyed that walk last week. So yeah, just gonna do this for a little while, and then I'll catch up with you guys here at the end. All right, I am almost to 4 miles here on my walk, and it's starting to get a little bit darker. It's almost 6:30-ish right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to run the last mile home, kind of like what I did on Saturday where I ran the second half of my 5K home. I think it just felt good to get my heart rate up a little bit. I feel pretty warmed up since I've been walking for a while, and I think it's just good to kind of challenge myself a little bit, just see what I can do. So I'm gonna run home and let's see what my time is. All right, we did it. 5th mile in a little over 10 minutes. Not my fastest mile, but I'd say pretty good after walking for 4. Right now it's evening time. I had my chicken bowl for lunch. I'm gonna make some chicken rice and then green beans for dinner tonight instead of black beans, so kind of changing it a little bit. I just had some leftover chicken I need to finish up. Jumping into my workout right now. I just did my day, 28 of my push-up challenge. So almost done, getting pretty excited. I'm just gonna jump in right now and do my circuit workout. My camera died, so it is currently charging. So I'm not gonna film today's workout, but I'll try to film one on Friday or Saturday for you. Alrighty guys, it is Saturday afternoon, got off of work. I'm changing into some workout clothes. Haven't worked out yet because I'm actually gonna go run over to the grocery store and get a few things. And what I'm trying to do is be very smart about my spending when it comes to groceries in general, especially when you're eating at home, because you actually might be surprised how much money you save when you don't eat out, because that money definitely adds up. You may think you're only spending $3 or $4, you know, getting a cheeseburger. But when you get it a few times a month, it definitely starts to add up. I always recommend maybe try to look at what you consume, like look at your statement from your bank and see exactly how much you spend on food every week. And you may be surprisingly shocked on how much you pay for food. So there's a kind of a rule of thumb that we watch from a YouTuber named Jordan Page, who has like a family of like 9, I think now. And she always says the rule of thumb is for 2 people, it should be around a $300 budget a month for your groceries. And then for everyone else, it should be $100 per person. So if you have 3 people in your family, it's $300. If you have 4 people, $405, so on and so forth. But since there's only 2 of us, the rule of thumb is always a $300 budget. So that's $75 a week. I know that doesn't sound like much, especially when the chicken that we purchase, which is organic chicken, it is around $30 a week to buy it. It does definitely last us. It probably gets us around 11 chicken breasts, and they are pretty decent size, so they definitely can fill up our meals. And then we also have our ground beef and other stuff as well. But luckily I still have enough ground beef, so I don't have to buy that this week. So I have my grocery list with me. There's not too much I need to purchase. Just mostly vegetables, because I'm going to try to do not necessarily the diet that my girlfriend was having, because I wouldn't really say it was a diet. Again, it was more of a lifestyle thing that she had to switch and change, and she's been feeling a lot better. I also feel like I eat way too many carbs and not like the right kind of carbs. Sometimes I like to snack on, chips or other things, because I like to use that as a way to kind of keep me grounded when it comes to my diet. But I feel like I'm more disciplined now and I can eat better. So I'm gonna grab all these groceries and then we'll head back. I'm gonna do a workout in the house, and then I think I'm gonna go for a walk this evening. I don't know if I'll do 6 miles or 5 miles. I might go down and just do maybe a 5K or something, but kind of just want to take advantage of the entirety of this day and just make it a good one, be productive this weekend. So let's go. All right, guys, we made it to the end of the week. It's Sunday. I'm actually sitting here on the couch here with Stella, and I've already edited most of this week's video, but I kind of wanted to wrap things up with you. I would say my exercise and diet was pretty consistent this week, but I definitely have a lot of improvements to make. My weight this morning was around 215, almost 216. So again, same as last week, but that's because I wasn't tracking my macros. But I feel like I'm slowly getting back into the rhythm with my diet. As I already showed you guys, I did get my groceries. I'm trying to stay within a budget. I think I only spent around $35 at Target, and then I'm going to spend the other $40 at Costco on Monday. So I will be staying in budget, which is really good. But all in all, I would say this week wasn't that bad. I was kind of feeling a little discouraged in general, I think just because the way that my job kind of affects me a little bit, and also just a lot that's going on in the world, just a lot of negativity or sadness or a lot of things happening, and it's a lot, and I think it just kind of takes over sometimes. But I think there was just kind of a blessing in disguise this morning, because I opened up my YouTube channel and I realized that when I went to go check my comments that there's a section called spam, and there was a lot of comments in there that weren't spam, and they were from you guys, and you guys were encouraging me and giving me such positive feedback. Some of them that went back even 4 months, so I apologize in advance if you were one of those people. But I really appreciate you guys always reaching out and sharing your kind words. Definitely encourages me and wants me to push harder, not only for you, but for myself and for others out there. So I really appreciate that. What I'm going to do right now is end this week's video, because I want to show you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of the podcast that I was on last week. If you don't want to watch it, that is the end of this week's video, but really appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll keep a link down below of the YouTube channel that showed the podcast, and they're also on Apple Podcast and Spotify if you guys prefer to use that instead. But I really appreciate all the support, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you guys all next time. I hit around 270 pounds starting, and that actually was my weight in April, because the first 3 months I was really just focused about exercising. Right. I wasn't focusing on the diet, which, spoiler alert, it's all about the diet.
It's all about the diet.
It doesn't matter how much you work out.
Like they say, abs are made in the kitchen.
Yep. Absolutely. As soon as, I'm telling you, as soon as I started in April, and I just started counting macros, because that's a pretty default thing most people do. There's many other ways you can lose weight, but that's just the one I chose, because I really wanted to see how much I was consuming. And I tracked it, I think, for a week and a half just eating normally, and I was easily eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories without even thinking about it, right? And yeah. For my body and everything, the most I should be eating to maintain my current weight is 3,500, right? To keep my weight at 270. Yeah. So I was clearly overeating. And so as soon as I started tracking and everything, and the weight just started to drop, right? And I was losing like 3 pounds, 4 pounds a week, which again isn't necessarily realistic. Like they tell you to shoot for around 2 pounds a week at the max. But of course, when you're bigger, you may lose it a little quicker.